your eyewitness weather forecast.
Good evening, meteorologist Dan Maslowski here with your check-in on the weather. We started off with clear skies this morning and temperatures in the 30s. We only managed to get into the 40s during the afternoon hours with some pretty gusty winds throughout the day today. Those feels like temperatures were only in the 30s, and for current conditions, we're sitting at 47 degrees. We have those northwest winds at 21 miles per hour, though it's gusting at up to 30 miles per hour. And even though it's sunny outside, it still is Severe Weather Awareness Week, and today is a perfect day to talk about lightning. Now, lightning, if you see it or if you hear thunder, you need to go indoors and take shelter because that lightning can strike several miles away from the thunderstorm, and it normally happens during recreational activities like camping, boating, and even if you just went outside, you could still get struck, so make sure you're going indoors and taking shelter if you see the lightning strike or you hear thunder. And it could also create the risk for wildfires, especially on days like today where it's dry and very windy. And for more on how dangerously dry it is today, I'll send it back to the studio to our chief meteorologist, Colleen Hurley. Colleen?
Yeah, thanks, Dan. We definitely have a higher risk for wildfire danger today. That's because if a fire were to start, it could spread incredibly rapidly, and that risk is actually even higher further south of us. You can see that in parts of Pennsylvania, they're under a red flag warning. Relative humidity even lower there. Remember to heed the burn ban that is in effect from now until May 14th. You can see that Pennsylvania, while dealing with the red flag warning, also has a couple of freeze warnings as well. And you may be thinking to yourself, Colleen, how come we don't have a freeze warning? We are getting below freezing later on tonight, and that has to do with when our last typical freeze occurs, and that doesn't happen until around May 11th for many of us, about 10 days later, 21st in the Adirondacks. So you wouldn't see a freeze warning in our neck of the woods until after May 11th, when it is less likely that that typically occurs. So no freeze warning for us tonight, despite very cold temperatures, down to 20 in Old Forge tonight, 25 in Utica, 24 in Oneonta. So another frigid morning tomorrow morning, but the afternoon will get a little warmer than we did today. 49 in Old Forge, mid-50 in the valleys, mid-50s in the valley tomorrow afternoon, 52 in Cooperstown. So just a few degrees warmer, about 5 or 10 degrees more so than we were today. Clear skies hold overnight tonight. Nothing but sunshine for us tomorrow. Nothing on the futurecast. That means beautiful blue sky for us. And then repeat that forecast for tomorrow night into Saturday. Clear skies and then beautiful sunshine here on Saturday once again. And we'll have another dry day to round out that stretch on Sunday before our next chance of showers. So tonight we're clear and dry. It will still be pretty breezy overnight tonight. Not quite as windy as it was today, but on the breezy side, and we'll be down to 25. We stay breezy tomorrow as well, but we've got beautiful sunshine in the afternoon, mid-50s, only a few degrees cooler than normal for this time of year. Down below freezing again tomorrow night, but we're close to 60 on Saturday. With that sunshine, that should feel really comfortable for us. Even better on Sunday in the mid-60s. And then our next chance of showers comes in for Sunday night, and you can see we have quite a few chances for showers early next week, but none of those days is going to be a total washout. We'll have plenty of dry time in between, just some spotty showers and maybe a couple of thunderstorms there during the first half of next week, but more mild, 60s and nights in the 40s and 50s instead of the 20s and 30s like we have going on right now. Yes, good sleeping weather, I guess, when it's as cold as it is right now, but it makes for some very frigid mornings.
Colleen.
I'm always trying to get the silver lining, you know.
We appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Colleen. Here's a look at what's coming up tonight.
Now, your eyewitness weather forecast.
Here's a look at today. Camera bouncing just a little bit today. Breezy enough for that. We had some strong wind gusts this afternoon, gusting up around 35, 40 miles an hour, but nothing but blue sky on the time lapse for us today. It's pretty chilly out there right now. We're already down to 37 degrees, a little bit of a breeze right now, making it feel more like 32 than 37, and we'll continue to see a bit of a wind chill factor through the night tonight. Temperatures down below freezing. It's even colder than last night. We're talking low to mid 20s across the board, and you may be thinking of, is this normal to get below freezing this late in April? Yes, we typically see our last spring freeze around May 11th. That's sort of the median date, so give or take a week or two is when we typically see our last spring freeze. In the Adirondacks is about 10 days later, closer to May 21st, give or take. So it is pretty typical for us to see these sub-freezing nights here late April, early part of May. Tomorrow we'll get a little warmer than we did today. Upper 40s in the North Country, low to mid-50s in the valley mostly tomorrow. And it, again, will be a beautiful sunshiny day. Now today with the gusty winds and the dry weather, we had a high risk for wildfire. That wildfire danger heightened because if a fire was to start, it would spread incredibly rapidly today. And that risk was higher to our south, but considered high for us today and will still be tomorrow. We have kind of the trifecta of what's needed for perfect fire weather. That's the warm, dry ground. We've been drying out here for a few days. Very low relative humidity and those gusty winds. Not quite as windy tomorrow, but still breezy, so that will still be a threat. Remember, there's a burn ban in effect. No outdoor burning through at least May 14th. Now, overnight tonight in the futurecast, not even a cloud in the sky. Clear. That means very cold for us, though. Frosty and cold to start again tomorrow. Here we are tomorrow afternoon. Again, nothing but blue sky, and that'll be this, just repeat the forecast for tomorrow night and Saturday. Here, beautiful sunshine, barely a cloud in the sky, maybe one if we're lucky. It'll be pretty boring for a meteorologist, but I think enjoyable for most everyone else. So overnight tonight, no flurries. I'm sorry, that was left over from last night's flurries. Tonight, just clear skies, mid-20s. Tomorrow will be another cold day, sunny but breezy for us. And then we get closer to 60 Saturday. I think that'll feel really comfortable. Still down near freezing Saturday night, but mid-60s Sunday is about what we would expect there for the first part of May. We hold on to 60s for highs next week. Tuesday, even close to 70. And nights next week won't be quite as cold, 40s and 50s for us. So not quite as frosty as we have over the next couple of mornings. I'm glad when we have the sun freezing nights, we have the sunny afternoons to make up for it at least a little bit.
I'm sure many moms would be happy if we could carry on that mid to upper 60-degree weather till next Sunday as well.
Yeah, still too soon to see exactly what it's going to look like for Mom's Day. As long as it's not the snow that we've had in years past, I think everyone could be a little happy.
For sure. Sports with Brennan Miller is next, right after the break.
Fitness weather forecast.
Check this out on our time lapse from today. You can actually see the frost on the grass melting off quickly with the sunshine that we had earlier on this afternoon. And we had temperatures, unfortunately, not very warm to go along with that. We only topped out in the 40s earlier on this afternoon. And we did have a nice quiet day today. We'll have a nice quiet night ahead tonight. Clear skies will be holding for us through the night tonight. And unfortunately, just like last night, sub-freezing temperatures for us. We do have a heightened wildfire danger today because of how dry and windy it was. It's considered high in our neck of the woods. And you need three things for the perfect conditions for wildfire to spread rapidly. That's a warm, dry ground. Should be dried out for a few days now, so we have that. Low relative humidity and the gusty winds, which of course we've been seeing. We've got another breezy day tomorrow, and it'll still be a little breezy Saturday as well, so we will still be considered under a higher risk for that wildfire danger. Remember, there is a burn ban in effect until at least mid-May. No outdoor burning allowed at this point in time. And further to our south, the fire risk is even higher. We have a red flag warning in parts of Pennsylvania. There's a couple of freeze warnings there as well, and you might be wondering why no freeze warning up in New York tonight, because we are getting down below freezing, and that has to do with because of how the freeze warnings are issued. They're only issued after you've passed the point in the season when you typically get below freezing. So for us, when is that? Around May 11th is when we typically see our last freeze of the season. That's the median date. So give or take a couple of weeks around May 11th. You can see up in the Adirondacks, it's about 10 days later, May 21st. So we wouldn't have a freeze warning issued until after the 11th at the earliest. So this is considered normal for us still at this point to have nights below freezing, even late April and early May. You can see our low down to 20 in Old Forge tonight, 25 in Utica, 24 in Cooperstown. So another frosty start to the day tomorrow. We'll get a little bit warmer though than today in the afternoon. Mid-50s in the valley, should feel a little bit nicer. Upper 40s in the North Country there tomorrow afternoon. Still breezy for us. So you'll see in the futurecast tonight, not a cloud in the sky, clear skies. Unfortunately, that allows all the heat to radiate away, and that's why we'll get so cold. But tomorrow, beautiful sunshine. You can pretty much copy-paste that forecast for tomorrow night and Saturday. We've got clear skies here, nice sunshine on Saturday as well. Still the storm off to our east and more to the west, but we just stay in this sweet spot here through the weekend. So it'll be really nice for us this time around. So tonight, cold, down to 25 degrees in Utica. Wind chill will be a factor as well, those gusty northwest winds, so it feels, unfortunately, like the teens at the start of the day tomorrow. We will get into the mid-50s, though, in the afternoon. Full sunshine again for us tomorrow. Should feel a little bit better. Still a little breezy getting into the weekend, but not quite as windy. Notice Friday night, 27, Saturday night, 32. So still very, very cold the mornings this weekend, but pretty mild in the afternoon. I mean, close to 60 Saturday and mid-60s on Sunday afternoon should feel really comfortable for us. We hold on to those 60s next week, and the night's not as cold, 40s and 50s. We will see some showers there during the first half of the week and some thunderstorms as well, but none of those days is a wash. It looks like we'll have actually a lot of dry time in between, so shaping up to be, I think, a much more mild, better week for us next week. As we get into May, I think that's what people are expecting, so hopefully that trend will hold for us for a while, and then we'll get just in a couple of weeks past when we would typically have our last freeze. So.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed, exactly.
Thanks, Colleen. We've got more Eyewitness News coming up right after the break.
This segment of